How you doing? This is day, is it 11 or 12? I'm losing track of these days now. I think it's day 12. Just been to the gym. I had a mean green smoothie. I made a pretty big one, so there was about a litre in total, and I split it into two. I put a scoopful of protein powder in it, and I had drank most of one of them before I went to the gym, and I drank the rest of the first one and half of the second one now, and I'm up walking. It was a tough old gym this morning. I don't know, I think it's just the end of the week and stuff, you know, and I had a good session with Jose last night or yesterday, so that really banjacks me a little bit, but it's great to be out walking again. It's cold this morning. I wish it was warmer. My fingers are a bit freezing, but I'm out walking. Yes. I'll speak to you in a while when I get back to the van. See you in a bit. Back home from the walk. I had a great walk. Not too long. My legs are killing me from yesterday. I'm sorry. He made me use muscles yesterday that, as they say, I didn't even know that I had. And today and this morning I went to the gym as well, and that sort of tired my legs out, killed my legs for the weekend, I think, you know, until I go back in again on Sunday. Another training session. I'm on this juice now. This is it's got pears in it, apples, it's got a couple of tomatoes, some lettuce. What else did I put into it? Some ginger. I think that's it. So nice enough, you know. Tastes lovely. I'm going to do my first just pure vegetable juice later on, and I'm going to add some tomatoes into it. Juice some tomatoes down. I'm going to do some tomatoes. I'm going to do some lettuce, maybe a bit of spinach, maybe a carrot, and then I'm going to add some garlic and see how that tastes. Haven't had a garlic yet, but yeah, I think that's going to be a goer. Somebody on the forum suggested it to me, so definitely going to do that. So I'm going to enjoy this juice now. I'm just doing some editing of the videos from yesterday and the Q&A session for the group, and I'll speak to you later for the next juice. Speak to you in a bit. Okay, so on to the next juice now. I'm going to do some of this romaine lettuce. We've got 2 sweet potatoes. We've got one of these zucchinis. We've got a couple of bits of the old kale. Some of this celery. We've got a red pepper and some organic tomatoes. And I'm also going to put in some of this herbs provincialis, which is just mixed herbs. And I'm going to stick in 2 of these little babies. Garlic. I'm sort of wanting something different to the normal fruit and the sweet and stuff like that. I want something savoury now, so yeah, I'm going to do that and see what that tastes like. There it is. That is the first pure vegetable juice I've drank, and it was only because very nice young lady on the forum suggested to me that I put some garlic into it. I stuck the garlic into it, everything, just whole, with the paper and everything on it, you know. I also put the pepper in with the stalk and the pips and all that kind of stuff, and it's very nice. There's a thing they sell over here called gazpacho, and that's very similar to that. It's got a potato-y flavour. The only thing I didn't put into it was carrots, and I was thinking of putting that in earlier on, but I'm going to do one of these tomorrow, definitely. Maybe I'll put in a jalapeno pepper or something like that. I could even put in some cumin or maybe a bit of curry powder and stuff and see what it tastes like with that. But that's very, very nice. You know, I was sick of having the juice and stuff, or the sweet juice, so that's very nice, very nice. So towards the end of the day now, just having cup of tea. And I wanted to talk to you just about one of the reasons why I was going on this juice reboot in the first place, and that was to kind of reboot my taste buds for salt. I was just eating way too much salt. It was the first time today that I had a salt craving, that I felt like some salt. And as you can see from one of the earlier clips, I did a vegetable juice, so it was more like a soup, and that, along with I put in some mixed herbs and a bit of garlic. That sort of satisfied it. When I was drinking that, it was really nice, and I didn't miss the salt. One of the things about salt in our diet, if you think you're taking too much salt in, is that much of the salt is coming from processed foods. A lot of processed foods has got a lot of salt in it. So if you're eating that, you shouldn't really have salt on your table. Now, we need salt. It's recommended that you take about 2,500 milligrams a day, so it's about a teaspoonful of salt in your diet. That's the recommended daily dose. There's salt in your vegetables. There's salt in fruit, and just varying degrees of salt. But you do need it to a certain degree. So what I wanted to do was to just reduce it, and then go back to just a salt shaker instead of what I have is like a cup of salt, so a little tub of salt, and I just take a pinch out of it and pinch it onto my food when I was eating food. So what I'm going to do now is just get a salt shaker and shake it on. I don't mind having that because I don't put salt into the food. I think it's much better off if you have it on the top of the food, because your taste buds can taste it directly then, and you get that salt fix. We need salt. I think it's, as I say, it's a part of our diet that we should be having. But most of us get way too much, and the results of that is another poison. Then it turns out that it's another poison for your body, if you're eating too much of it. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go on this juice reboot, was just to sort of try and calm down that salt taste buds that I had. And one of the first meals that I'm going to have now is going to be vegetables, and I'm going to try and eat those and just see what they taste like without the salt, and go from there. So yeah, that's about it with the salt thing. I mean, I can only go this from a personal level, and my levels of salt were way too high. I think most people's intake of salt is way too high, but as again, reiterating the fact that most people, it's because of the salt in the processed foods that they're eating. So if you cut out a lot of the processed foods, I eat very little processed foods now. Every so often I'll buy a burger or a veggie burger or something like that, and I know there's a lot more salt in that than there would be if I made it at home. But a lot of the time I make the veggie burgers at home, and they're really nice. I mean, I love them, but it just takes a bit of time to do it. So anyway, I'll speak to you with the next juice. How you doing? Back to the old faithful for the final juice of the day. It's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. It feels like a tough week, and I can't wait for the weekend now. I'm still going to do a couple of videos over the weekend about the juicing, so watch out for those. Today was day 12, so 13 and 14, and then Monday is 2 weeks. That's the first 2 weeks done and dusted. I feel like it was a tough day today for me, just in terms of I've wanted some food, to be honest, and yeah, but you put it to the back of your mind, get on with things, do whatever needs to be done, and have a juice. I was hungry, and the juice does satisfy the hunger. So bottoms up, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.